Hey,
Hi.
how's it going?
It's okay. Nice
Mhm.
haircut.
What's up?
Nice haircut.
Didn't hear. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I just buzzed it myself.
Sweet. I'm also
Yeah, I'm getting better at it.
considering a fade.
Yeah, like on the sides or just a little on the back or.
I think I want to chop it all off. But yeah, like a
Oh,
fade
yeah.
sides and then a little some curls on top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good time for a haircut. I mean, it's summer.
Yeah. And like
Yeah.
catharsis season.
Yeah, is that what it is?
I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm going with.
Yeah. Huh. Maybe with the summer solstice coming up, that's a good thing to do, like let stuff go. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That's coming up very soon.
Yeah, and I also realized this is the longest my hair's ever been, and I started really growing it when I got to Provincetown because I hadn't had like the resources to wash my hair all the time. Like to take care of long hair, it's a lot.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, I've been growing mine out since I've been here too. That's
yeah,
interesting that you bring that up.
that's
So
interesting.
are you feeling like maybe shedding some of that? Is that what it is? Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, like when you break up with
It's
someone.
interesting.
And,
Oh yeah. You got to get a haircut, it seems. That's so true.
yeah.
Um but I know there's a lot. I haven't like my hair normally hasn't been very good at growing out, and recently it has been. So I'm kind of like attached to it getting longer.
That happened to me too. I didn't know it could even grow this long.
Yeah,
It's
I've
really
been taking supplements and putting stuff in my hair, like oils and stuff, and
okay.
yeah, just being really extra special, loving to my scalp, and yeah, and I can see like there's new hair that's growing in, like another layer that's just starting to come in. It's like a couple inches longer. Yeah, so I'm like, I think it's working.
Wow. That's awesome.
Hmm. Yeah.
Aw, congrats.
Uh-huh.
Well, thanks for doing this again.
Uh-huh.
This is like
Totally.
part two of our permaculture planning
Yeah.
for the Poindexter Residence and Motel.
Nice.
And it's warm now. The first one was it in March?
It was a while back.
Was
It
a
was
while
either
ago.
February or March.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Here's a hummingbird. Oh, I scared him. I just put this feeder out and they
Oh,
really like
cool.
it. Yeah, so
Nice.
I'll take you around.
Okay.
I'm on my front patio. This hummingbird is actually very aggressive, and like every morning for a while when I was watering, it would
Mm-hmm.
like it almost would land on me and be like, "Where's my food?" And it would even hang out. So these are the other feeders. It would hang out at those ones and be like, "Isn't there something for me?" So this is the
That's
front.
that's really cool though.
I
Yeah, like
know.
a guardian.
Yeah. So I actually got him.
Mm.
Um, well, there are lavender in the front that
Mm-hmm.
came back from last summer, and I just got this butterfly bush, and there's a native
Cool.
columbine
Nice.
and a honeysuckle over here.
Oh, it's so nice. Yeah. We have a honeysuckle in our yard. It smells really yummy at night.
Ooh, I haven't smelled it at night because it's kind of far. But okay, so here's the front, and the woods go down this way. And I have about half the way down. And I've been
That's
adding.
a lot.
I know. I've been adding some stuff in here. And today, just today, I think they're wild native roses bloomed. And this is a dogwood bush that I just planted. Yay.
Cool.
And I also planted a dogwood tree that's just a little twig right now.
What kind? Do you know what kind it is?
I don't know the name, but it's like the white, like the classic white one.
It's like either a Kusa or a Venus, something like that. Kusa, I think, is the most, is like the standard one.
Cool. Oh,
Yeah.
and across the street this way, there's a really awesome bog.
Cool.
Which
is that where the carnivorous plants are?
Yes, I should show you. I put a couple in this fish bowl last summer, and they survived in this fish bowl, and they're actually doing really well.
Uh-huh.
So you can see the pitcher plants, and there's even, is it going in there? I need a webcam. And there's even some sundew in there. Let's see.
Uh-huh. Cool. Do you find that you have like do you feel like you have mosquito issues out there, or do you have less mosquito issues, or
So far they have not been terrible, but I do get bitten a lot, but I haven't noticed them. But they are pretty bad here.
Okay.
This is the backyard, the main chunk. In between, there's the motel. And right over here is a little tomato patch.
Sorry, you cut out for a bit.
Where'd I leave off?
You were saying this is the backyard.
Backyard.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is a tomato patch.
Cool.
And I also put some basil seeds in there. So,
yeah.
So this side of the woods, there's a lot of oak, and I wanted to do mushrooms in there. Not do mushrooms, but
plant them
eventually. But I wanted to plant some. Yeah.
Yes.
And this is the shingle graveyard, which I also need to cut up all this scrap wood.
Sorry, that's so funny.
And so here on basically where all the wood is, I'm gonna chop it up and do a burn pile, but I was gonna do oyster mushrooms over this area to help remediate the shingles, because they go down feet and feet. Here's a herb garden, which I'm very happy about how it's going. This is a hardy kiwi. Oh yeah.
Kiwi will actually grow in colder climates.
Yeah, I planted this one last spring too, and it's I was so happy how it's exploding.
Yeah, kiwi will even grow out here. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the wildflower patch. I don't know if, let's see, get down, but there's a lot of lupin. So I just started collecting the pods,
Mm-hmm.
and I come
Cute.
out every day and I shake them to see if they're ready yet.
Wait, so how does that work? You like shaking them, you can feel them rattle when they're ready to be harvested, or what?
Yeah, that's what they
Okay.
said. When it rattles, they're ready.
Mm-hmm.
But also some of them, they're pretty much there. Some of them are like turning yellow and brown.
Uh-huh.
And I also, can you see the sun through there?
Yeah, uh-huh. They're fuzzy.
Yeah, they're so cool.
Uh-huh.
um, so I'm giving a bunch of seeds away this weekend too, at a Juneteenth. And I planted witch hazel. It's in that brick.
Okay. I've never seen a witch hazel plant.
There it is. I'm so
Cool.
excited. And all the leaves are new from like the last few weeks.
Uh-huh.
I planted it. And I just built this arbor with a friend. And there's roses growing around it. It is for my great aunt and uncle. And so there's that side of the house.
Uh-huh. Looks like a lot of like patches of dappled shade. You've got trees everywhere.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of this. Well,
That cedar.
there's a little cedar grove, like a semicircle here, and this oddly placed lantern, which I call the Lantern of Narnia, which is like in the woods. And then,
is that a cistern down there?
that's the cistern. One of them. You recognize the wood. In this little grove, there's blueberries everywhere that were here. So I think they're wild, but they do have berries on them. So I'm
I know that blueberries tend to thrive and do very well when there's a wide pool of genetics in the different berry bushes. People often plant different strains of blueberries together for that reason, because you just get better blueberries all the way around in general.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
And I planted black cohosh, wild ginger, and ginseng in here. And I was planning on this little tree patch to take out most of the oak trees, because I was reading that ginseng does not like oak trees.
Right.
And there's not too many on this side, so I was like, I'll leave them on the other side. And maybe add some fruit trees and stuff.
Yeah.
And
looks really beautiful.
It is. Here's the other side of the motel. This is like strawberry patch, but it's mostly wild strawberries. But it's really thick of strawberries.
Do you get like those little teeny tiny strawberries? Is that what they are?
Yeah, they're pretty small. Let's see. There was some before, but
they're kind of bitter.
One of my neighbors interplanted hers with domestic ones in a patch.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's another place where you might want to add a couple different species.
Yeah.
And the diversity would probably be really like the wild species mixed with like a couple introduced species will probably be really good genetics together.
Cool. And this is the other side where it goes down. So this pole, if you can tell the difference, that one, that's about where the property goes down. So right now I just have the two kugels going, and a lot of this stuff is sassafras. A lot of the brush looking stuff.
Okay.
So I was actually gonna try and see if it would. Oh hey.
You recording me?
Yeah.
Okay, how you doing?
Hi guys.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. This your place?
It's my place.
I'll bring your title back.
Oh, thanks.
When did you want to help those people that need some help out?
I was gonna try to do some Saturday morning.
Okay.
Before Juneteenth stuff.
Okay. Well, I'm in.
Okay, cool. I'll message you.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Neighbors.
Yeah, kind of like some nice neighbors.
Yeah, Mark has a dealership in Detroit, and he helped me get my car.
Cool.
And he's really awesome, and he's gonna help do landscaping for some elders with me.
Excellent.
Yeah, look him up, Mark Watts. Quality Auto. Yeah, so I wanted to figure out if or how it's possible to do something like to harvest the sassafras, if you can sell it, or I don't know, because there's a lot. It's so thick.
I don't know a ton about it. You know, I mean, I know that it's a ingredient. The bark is an ingredient in a lot of tonics and tinctures. It's supposed to be good for your digestion. You know, it's one of the ingredients to, sassafras and sarsaparilla. Yeah.
So cool. And it smells so good. Like when you, it's really easy to dig out actually. Like you just pop it and then it pulls right out. Okay, so these are the other beds that I made, and they're doing pretty good. I have, this one is eggplant.
I can't see right now. Oh, now I can see. Cool.
Eggplant. And then this is a few okra and squash. And then I don't remember what these are. And carrots and radishes. And my thinking was, because the sun for the summer, it pretty much is like above right here. And there's also the least amount of trees in this alley.
Okay.
And so I was thinking to start by just taking out these ones, because also most of these ones are either growing over the motel or are kind of entangled in my electric lines.
Oh no.
They kind of have to come down anyway. But it would make this a lot even brighter. And I also am hoping that I can eventually get, there's a, if you can see that building there.
A little bit, yeah.
It's like an abandoned barn or maybe boathouse. and I want to
Uh-huh.
I want to make that my studio. And then I was thinking between the motel and the building could just be like the garden area.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Kind of clear it out and open it up, bring more light in.
Yeah, and probably like
Yeah.
a deer fence and stuff.
You broke up a little bit right there. Probably.
Oh, like a deer fence,
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
because they are.
How,
Well,
yeah, I was curious about deer and rabbits, how you're faring with them.
I mean, the veggies are. There was the carrot tops were chewed off, but they're still going.
Uh-huh.
And this building, here's a better view. It's filled with cats.
Yay, kitties.
There's lots of cute kittens in there.
Aw.
So I signed up for trap, neuter, and release program.
Uh-huh. I think that blood and bone meal will help divert rabbits. I don't know if it works on deer, but I know that and it's also it's a fertilizer also. Yeah. So it's kind of a 2-in-1 for like growing method and repellent for some rodents.
You just get it.
Yeah, I think you have to look for, like a farm store or somewhere to go to get it. Yeah.
There is a farm
And
supply.
you just, yeah, and you sprinkle it around the dirt. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
How do people think of these things?
Yeah, that was one that I just learned recently from work. Actually, somebody else was telling me about it. I know that because I know, like in Arcata and Humboldt, there's a lot of gopher problems, and so what you do for that is sprinkle rabbit pee everywhere. But if like your issue is rabbits, then what do? You know, it's like you can't use rabbit pee because it won't matter. Like, and apparently the answer is blood and bone.
Wow. Would it attract more rabbits to do rabbit pee?
Probably. I would think it would be inviting, you know? Like they smell the pheromones and they're like, oh, this is a great place, you know?
Party.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
That's what I look for.
But I don't know what other rodents you might be dealing with, but I imagine that if you have a certain amount of rabbits, then that's probably keeping other rodents away. Like rabbits and squirrels, chipmunks, like they're good because they actually keep, like that means that there's less rats and mice usually.
There are chipmunks that live under my house.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Mhm.
There are a lot of squirrels too.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they're mischievous.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least they're cuter. They're kind of mean though sometimes.
Yeah. There's an island up here, Manitou, and I went camping and the ranger called the chipmunks micro bears because they're so aggressive.
I think because chipmunks will eat like anything. They'll eat anything. I went out to Mount Rainier one time to go hiking with some friends in Washington, and we stopped and had our picnic, and there was a squirrel and it was munching, and you're like, oh, is it eating a berry? And it's like, that berry's kind of gray and furry. And then I looked closer and it's eating like a mouse head.
Oh my god. It's like,
yeah, just like all cute, big old eyes and eyelashes, and it's just like eating carnage, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I was doing a residency once, and they had bears. It was like a large carnivore sanctuary, and this bear and I were just like staring at each other, and it was lounging, and it was like hardly moving. We were just looking at each other, and then it like moved its paw really fast, but it seemed slow, and it caught a ground squirrel and it just started eating it and kept staring at me like super chill. It was just like and the ground squirrels kind of look like tiny bears. I mean, I know they're not related at all, but
I mean, I guess a raccoon is a mini bear, if anything. Yeah, they're totally related.
yeah.
Which is interesting. And they have very human-like hands. It's really kind of creepy.
Do. Yeah.
You know, and they like grab things. They have thumbs basically, and yeah.
They're so cute.
Uh-huh. My cat used to hang out with them.
Aw.
Yeah, and they taught him how to stand up on 2 legs.
Would they walk around?
Well, he I don't know, like I caught him one day hanging out with the squirrels, and I was afraid that like they were gonna fight, or because he would fight other animals all the time, but he wouldn't fight with the squirrels. And I ran out there, and like not the squirrels, the raccoons, and the raccoons ran away, and he was just standing there like this, like on 2 legs, like, hey, what's up, Dad? Like it was kind of like, okay.
I don't know about your friends.
Yeah.
I forgot to show you the other cistern. I realized. It is here.
Cut out again. I can hear you now. I can see you now.
Hello? Yay.
Yeah.
There it is. It's like so this is the other cistern. It's at the corner of the motel.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I don't know if the dip is from it sinking, but there's also like a pile of dirt next to it, so they might have just been doing something weird.
Uh-huh. It's pretty close to the house too.
Yeah.
Like maybe 5 feet away.
Yeah, if that.
Wow. Okay. I wonder.
Yeah, about 5 or 6. I wonder if that's even what it is. Could it be something else?
If it actually is a cistern. Yeah, I wonder. I would get so curious. I'd want to open it up and everything. And
I need you to come
I'm
out.
like that person in the horror movie who goes into that cursed place and lets the demon out.
Let me go down and see.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm doing some more tomatoes and peppers in the flagpole.
I've done that before with cinder blocks. That's really cool.
Well, it's not a flagpole yet. It's actually a lawn lantern, but I want to put a flagpole on it.
Uh-huh. Looks like there's a lot going on there.
There's so much. It's crazy.
A lot. Yeah.
It's big.
It's a lot of space.
Yeah. You want to come help?
You know, it's tempting. I'm afraid of the snow.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know. Although in a way that's good because that means there's water there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I should have the house insulated by next winter.
Yeah,
But
probably. Yeah. How was your winter this last year? Like, how did you do with the cold and everything?
it was kind of rough, and because it was all bare, so it was just like, and I was all bare. It was just like, oh, what am I doing? But I did get a lot done, and it looks really awesome. It looks like so much better than when I bought it, even.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Do you have anyone there with you now helping at all, or?
Not at the moment. Different groups of friends have been talking about times to come out in the summer, so I'm trying to just figure out what the order of operation should be and what I should focus on, and learning things well enough to help uh to like delegate things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm sure there's as much to do inside as there is outside also.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But luckily, I mean, I think if I can stop buying plants, like the gardening is fine for now.
Yeah, it's an addiction. It's easy to do.
It's rough.
Yeah.
I just bought just yesterday I found catnip and chamomile, but I got the catnip because I was reading that cockroaches really hate it. And
Uh-huh.
there's a lot of wood roaches out here.
Yeah, I thought about you the other day. I was
You cut out. Hello?
yeah. Meow?
Hey,
Meow.
there you are.
Okay, there I am. I was just saying that the roaches, yeah, I ran into a few roaches while I was cleaning out lilacs and just kind of like had to flick them away.
Ugh,
Yeah. They don't scare me the way they used to, but yeah,
that's good.
they are weird.
It's weird how um emotional it is for some reason, like because I like tons of bugs, but for some reason cockroaches um make me feel like embarrassed that they're around.
Interesting. You think that's something like left over from this, I don't know, like a working class status of being in a city? Interesting, but it's different like out in nature, like they just exist like everything else.
I
Yeah.
know they're native, but I still don't
Mhm.
want them in the house. Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah,
weird
I hear
how they're
you.
so connected with like ideas of squalor and neglect and poverty. How'd that
Mhm.
happen?
Yeah. Mhm. I don't know, yeah, what repels them inside, like indoors.
Yeah,
Yeah, not really sure about that.
I heard you can make a spray like a catnip, and they also really hate rosemary, so I got some rosemary incense.
Oh, cool.
So,
Hmm.
and they're not, yeah, it's not like city roaches. I only see one or two at a time, and they don't scuttle the same.
Yeah. Hmm.
Your face.
Because I can see it and I can hear it and everything.
Why can you hear it? I don't like it.
Because I don't know, I have a like a whole sensory tactile thing, and like get an image in my mind, and all of a sudden it's there.
Yeah. Suddenly, they're not so cool again.
Uh-huh. But yeah, I guess in general, wildflowers, different types of wildflowers are helpful for different things.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
seem to really hate different like herbs.
Hmm. A lot of invasive or parasitic bugs, pests. Yeah, they really don't. There's different compounds, volatile oils in most of the herbs that we love, and they basically help keep them out of gardens and out of your yard and stuff like that. Yeah. And really just having them all in different combinations is good. Yeah. Rosemary, thyme. Yeah. Oregano. Oregano's a really good, strong one. Yeah. I actually have some oregano oil. It's really powerful. Maybe oregano oil. I wonder if that would. It's so strong. Like a little drop of it is like almost intolerable.
What do you do with it?
It's good for detoxing. You put it in your water and you drink it, or you could put it in a diffuser for essential oil. Oh wow, there he is. Wow, look, that's a big one. It's like that big. Cool.
He's almost landed on me a couple times.
Uh-huh. They're not afraid.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
They're gutsy.
Yeah, they come up and visit in our backyard back at my parents' house. Yeah, they'll come in and say hello. They'll get right in your face.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I wonder if oregano oil might be helpful for the roaches somehow. I don't know, putting that in a spray. Yeah, because it's really strong. Right now, I have a lot of different oils that I put in a diffuser, and I just go up and I inhale it every night to clean out my lungs. Like if I feel like I've been exposed somehow,
yeah.
then I just go and I inhale like the thieves oil, and like I use the thieves blend and the oregano oil, peppermint, and what's the other one that I really, really love? Camphor. Camphor's really nice. Yeah, and I just put them in the diffuser and I'll inhale, and then I'll just have it kind of spray into the house and like while I work out. So I'm like taking big deep breaths of it. Yeah.
I need to do all those things, including workout. That sounds really good, like a good idea.
First thing in the morning, right when you wake up. It's got it for me. It like I have to, because there's no other time that I want to do it that I feel like if I thought like, oh, like after work when I come home, I don't want to do anything when I come home after work. Like I just want to sit down and like do things.
Yeah, when I do work out, it's always got to be first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
The same way. It's the only. And it has been really nice actually to have a garden that I'm responsible for, because I'm like, oh, I have to get up and water the garden.
I mean, supposedly the only real exercise that we need is to like walk around for like a half an hour, 45 minutes a day. Like apparently that's all you really need,
Huh.
But I don't know. I feel like just having the few like medical issues that I've had, and I know that most of them are just correctable through diet and exercise, I kind of have to feel like I need more than walking.
Yeah, I feel like I need more than walking. I've definitely felt a lot better in the past in my body.
I feel really good. There's this free app. It's called 6-pack in 30 days, which is kind of bullshit advertising, but it definitely does. It is helping me. Like I have a lot more core strength than I had like 3 months ago. Mhm. And it's so difficult now. Before I could hang with the routine all the way through and like I could do it every day. And I'm on like the highest level now. Like I could do 2 or 3 days in a row. And then I'm like, no, now I really need a break.
Mm,
Yeah. It's a lot harder than it was.
that's good.
But that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, that means it actually is getting something's happening, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you're not, yeah, I guess like if you're feeling winded, but you're also feeling like there's improvement, those are both good things. Yeah. What are those?
These are the rest of my starts, and this weekend we're doing a plant swap, and so I'm just gonna split them up. But it's
Peppers?
peppers, yeah, and I have some onion and more peppers and more tomatoes.
Uh-huh.
I was pretty surprised that they all grew. I have so many.
Uh-huh. When you grow starts, you always have I feel like most of the time you have more than you need.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're pretty little. But I also
And that's good too.
it is.
I think it's good to have more than you need for sure.
What about that they're so small?
I mean, they always start out small. Like a lot of it has to do with the container, the bigger container that you can put them in, the more that they'll grow over time. But you also don't want to move them into a big container right away either.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I'd split them up into these little cups so people could take them.
Mm-hmm. Splitting up is good with some things. Other like anything that's a cucurbit, like that's like cucumber, squash, watermelon, anything in that family. When you do like a grouping, it's usually like 3 to 5 seeds, right?
Mm-hmm.
For like a planting, you don't want to separate them at all. You want to keep them in a bunch. Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah, they grow better that way. And then you can actually kill like all of them. Like they're really fickle in their root system. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's so many
Yeah.
things. It's like you think, oh, I'll just put this seed in the soil, and everything's so different.
Yeah. Because certain things need stratification also. I mean, most of the popular things that we grow don't need that, but a lot of seeds need to be, they are like activated by fire or by freezing temperatures,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lupin, like fire, and
Mm-hmm.
they survive the winter. So a lot of the wild flowers needed different. Like I had to put them in the freezer for a couple
Yeah.
days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and trees are like that too. A lot of trees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got some American chestnut
Huh.
seeds from a friend, and I didn't do it. Those ones well. I'm gonna try again.
Uh-huh.
But they
Yeah,
also
I don't.
go ahead.
What was that? Go ahead.
Oh no, they need to be frozen through the winter.
Yeah.
What were you
Yeah,
gonna?
I was just gonna say I haven't experimented enough with tree seeds. I haven't done enough, and I haven't done enough like you know, like wild harvesting of like native seeds and plantings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I've always wanted to experiment with more.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited for the lupin because I have that nice patch in the backyard, but they're also all over Idlewild, and I'm getting a lot of people excited about propagating them.
Hmm.
And here they're the host plant to an endangered butterfly.
Oh, wow.
It's called the Carner Blue.
Hmm.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm hoping they're around.
Yeah, that'd be really cool to be able to bring them back.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
lupin are so pretty also.
Hmm.
It's like a win-win-win. And
I
they're
mean,
nitrogen. They give nitrogen to the soil.
yeah, that's true. So I think that speaks to like systems and functions.
Mm.
You know, so when you think about something like compost or chickens, you know, how many different functions does each element possess, and how many different functions does it possess, and then how many different systems do those functions fit into?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked your 3 rule
It,
before.
which one was that? Well,
You just said
the three
it's a
rule.
good permaculture tip is to just think of like everything having like at least 3 utilitarian uses, I guess.
Yeah. Right. 3 functions. Yeah, I think is what it was.
That's the word. I was like, none of that sounded good.
Mhm.
It's so nice out now.
Because I guess what you're trying to do is to just as a person mimic the patterns of nature and increasing like the potential of biodiversity to just kind of take off in your domain. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Good times. It looks like you're having fun.
I am, and it's pretty good. I mean, it's really exciting to see like to be able to leave patches of the yard and see what plants come up because there are so
Yes.
many native plants just hanging around, which makes sense.
Hmm.
But they just get mowed over.
Yeah. Yeah. Seeing what naturally comes up is equally as important as whatever it is that you want to do. And usually the advice that is given to people is to like live on their property for an entire year, you know, like and observe throughout the seasons what's happening with the sun and the air and the water. Yeah. So that like when you finally start to implement ideas, you have a better idea of how all the elements move through the land.
Yeah, I totally should have done that anyway because I definitely have enough like housework to do, but I couldn't keep my hands out of the dirt.
It's also just fun to be outside, and it's healthy, it's mood elevating. You know, when you live in a place like that, why would you want to be inside all day, you know? Yeah, I would be outside all the time. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, last week was brutal. I'm glad we postponed because it was so hot, and now it's like perfect.
Uh-huh. What's the temperature right now?
Um, it feels like maybe 70.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we've been having pretty decent weather the last few days.
It's 82,
Really? Whoa.
but I'm in the shade. It doesn't feel
Uh-huh.
like 82.
Yeah.
Partly cloudy. Maybe I'm just getting used to it.
Maybe. We've been having low to mid 70s here. It's been really mild, like just like perfect ideal weather.
That's the other thing is I didn't like I realized later that like Provincetown and Humboldt both have so much ideal weather, like all the so often.
They have similar microclimates, I feel like, yeah. I guess being near the ocean. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was interesting to feel also like Provincetown is even more protected than Boston even.
In what way, from hot weather or?
From both, like whenever there was a like a winter storm warning for Boston, a lot of times Provincetown would be like not as bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't freeze or snow the same way that I'm sure it does inland. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Those ocean currents, man.
Yeah, they're insulating.
And it's gonna be scary to see what happens.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to tell anybody who has any kind of influence, and like, climate disaster prevention is really what you need to focus on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a dream the other night that I got sucked up by this huge wave. I don't know if I told you, I got sucked up by like a huge wave. And I was standing on a beach, and like I remember seeing the water go all the way out and being like, oh shit. And it happened really fast though. And this wave was like coming up and building. And I remember looking at it and thinking like, oh, I can't outrun that. Like I can't run, like it's gonna get me. And even then I just turned around and started running like right as I said that, because it's just like this instinct that you have to, and I was sort of like, well, waking up, I was like, I've definitely had big waves crest over me, and you want to just jump into them, and
go below
and
it.
swim up. Well, you want to swim into it and then up the other side. Yeah. But I was like, why didn't I just do that? It was a huge fucking wave. Like, I don't know if it would have mattered.
Hitting you in the dream?
Wait, what?
Do you remember it hitting you in the dream?
Yeah. Well, I think it was coming over me and it got dark, and then I just kind of like woke up or switched to another dream. Like it was so, I guess, traumatic that my mind was like, okay, we're going away now. Like,
I had a tsunami dream not too long ago, maybe sometime in the winter. And it was similar. I was out on a beach and then the water started receding really quickly. And first I was like, that's weird. And then I was like, oh no, it's going to be a giant wave. And I was like, if I know, it's already too late. And so I just started running into I started chasing the water, like running out to sea. And I was terrified, but
which is what I should have done. Yeah.
I don't know. And I tried to dive under it, but it was such a big wave.
That was the other thing I thought too, was that it won't matter. It's going to be so much force, so much water and so much force. I don't think it'll even matter either way what you do. Yeah, you're just kind of fucked.
What is it? Like, are these climate change dreams, you think?
I don't know. I know a lot of other people have had similar dreams. I've talked to other friends and they're like, I had friends who have tsunami dreams or flood dreams. And yeah, I don't know if it's just something in like the collective unconscious that's going around, or you know.
I mean, I have had them before, like,
Yeah, me too.
so it might just be, is it we're overwhelmed or something?
Yeah, is it just symbolic of life experience? Yeah, like do you feel like you're drowning and well, and that's why you're having the dream. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man. I had this other one. Have you ever seen Ponyo? Oh,
So I guess can you hear me now?
yeah, I can.
Okay. I feel like sometimes there's subtle ways of figuring out whether it's a symbolic dream or if it's a prophetic or psychic dream.
Yeah.
But it can be really hard to tell the difference sometimes too.
I have a lot of really vivid, intense dreams, so it is hard for me sometimes.
I normally can. I have in the past, but I've been smoking so much pot that like
Does that take
you
your
know,
dreams away?
it usually does, or I'll dream about some really ridiculous shit that doesn't make any sense.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like either just really like off the wall, like psychedelic kind of dream, or I don't dream anything at all. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I kind of have to abstain and like meditate or focus on it more, and then it'll come back.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's so funny how dreams are like that too. Like whenever I start writing in my dream dictionary, then I have more dreams more often.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's just like kind of like a workout groove or something.
Yeah, it is a part of your brain that you have to exercise. Yeah.
It's wild.
Hmm.
Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah,
I need more cups.
it's fun to talk to them and sing to them and play music for them, and
Tell them the things you should tell yourself.
yeah.
I love you.
Mhm.
You're doing great.
Yeah, they've actually done studies to prove that plants love music.
Mm.
I mean, they've figured out that when birds sing, that it actually stimulates the plants to grow and to bloom, but that also like man-made music can do the same thing. And they've tested like every kind of music. And the interesting thing about it is it doesn't really matter what kind of music it is. Plants love music more than no music. Like you could play heavy metal or whatever and it wouldn't even matter. Apparently, it's just like playing them music is all that matters.
I guess, well, the vibration maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder. I don't know. I didn't look into what I read about. Didn't differentiate on how like different types of music might have a different effect on the plants. It just said that basically any music is better than no music. And I
That's
was
so
like, oh, okay, yeah,
the hummingbird came back. They get so
really,
close, like I can feel it. Their wings.
uh-huh. The way they flutter.
Hmm. And the
Hmm.
noise is kind of unsettling.
Huh.
Like the noise, like I gotta be so still.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, they're so magical that like and they're so easily disturbed that I want them to hang out as long as possible. Yeah.
Totally. That's it.
Mm.
Aw.
Meow.
Meow. Thanks for doing this again.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad I got to see more of what's going on there. Yeah.
Yeah, there
Mhm.
is a lot.
Mm-hmm. Meow, meow,
There you are. There
meow.
you are.
There you go. Okay. Sorry, it's like the internet with my laptop don't work very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me either. I'm still on a hotspot.
Okay. But yeah, so I guess to like be really honest with you, like I don't really know what I'm doing. I mean,
I mean,
I
neither do I.
yeah, I mean I really love everything that you've got going on, and it looks like a really killer spot, and it would kind of be really like my forte and like the thing to do to like, you know, hang out with you and like do all this awesome permaculture work. And I would love to do that. I'm just like, some part of me is a little hesitant, and I think it's mainly just because of the region and like the severe cold.
Yeah.
And like the cold and the darkness here, and we were just talking about how it's not that bad here compared to like inland, but like it's bad enough to where I'm not really sure whether or not I can hang, like, to be honest. Like,
No, but
and I'd be,
spring. Like, go to Hawaii for sure for
yeah.
the winter. You know?
Yeah, and I was thinking that too. That I think that it could, I want to revisit and dabble and feel that situation out, you know, because I could go for a couple months and then decide, no, I really don't want this anymore. But I won't really know until I go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't need to make any commitments for me, but the door is always open.
Yeah, totally. And I would definitely, that's the thing. It's like the cabin core thing. You've got cabin core all around you, and it's very it's enticing. And I'm like, yeah, like I'm into it. It could, the way things are now, it looks amazing, and I'd be down. I'm just like afraid of snow.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've been talking to friends, like my friends in California. I'm like, I think I might need to go out there this winter, you know, because I mean, it's hard to tell if how much of last winter was just like COVID. Are you still there?
Yeah,
Okay, your screen's frozen. There you are.
right. I can hear you.
Um, yeah, what combination was COVID or like even just the political surroundings, and it's intense. So I don't I definitely want more together before I even expect people to come, you know, because I'm still figuring a lot of stuff out.
Sure.
And I feel like, you know, especially if I'm inviting people, I feel responsible for part of it at least. Or at least understanding how to navigate or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I feel like with what you have going on, you can't do it all alone. You're gonna need a team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That too. I'm struggling with that. Like, how do I figure that out?
I mean, I think you could do it all alone, but it would take a long time. It's a lot of work, and it would be beneficial to have, you know, a group of people who are willing to do it. You know, maybe 2 or 3 other people who are dabbled or immersed in permaculture who could be helpful in different ways. Yeah. Yeah, make it happen.
Yeah. The hummingbirds.
Cool.
Yeah. And people are getting excited to come now too, which is good.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, and anytime I meet people who have a piece of land who are doing what you're doing, I'm really just like, yes, I wanted to work out. Yeah, for you. I wanted to, the dream, make it manifest. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for the good energy.
Totally. Yeah.
He needs it.
Yeah, we all need it. Yeah. Hmm. Cool, but I should probably go because my mom's tried to call me a couple times and I haven't talked to her, and
Oh,
I know she wants to hear about my procedure, which was really good.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember. It was weird. But basically, yeah, it's treatable and manageable, and yeah,
That's great.
I feel really good about it. Yeah.
Good. Yay. Thanks again for doing this.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. And we can do it again.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Okay.
Say
Cool.
hi to Mom.
I will. Take care, Lydia.
You too.
Okay. Bye.